Hey folks, welcome back. What can we say about Finland? Land of thousands of lakes, an amazing country with great spirit that fought off the Soviet Union in the Winter War of 1939 and pushed the Soviets back in the continuation war until the Nazis started to fail, then they had to retreat. And a country that a verb came out of, the term Finlandization, for the neutrality of a country. John Sibelius gave us some great music. Finland is a wonderful, amazing place, except it's time to expose the totalitarian nature of its prosecutors. The United States State Department's intervention in a situation of prosecution of a member of parliament for citing a Bible verse on Twitter. U.S. State Department's intervention marks a new phase in America's resistance to Europe's creeping speech controls. The fascist totalitarians are running wild in Europe, particularly in Brussels, and America is the last stand against this nonsense. Finland's Supreme Court is preparing to hear a case widely regarded as a test of whether expressing religious beliefs can be treated as a criminal act in a democratic nation. Can you imagine such a thing in a Christian nation such as Finland, where the very flag is based off of the cross, the very flag, as in every Scandinavian country, whether it's Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, the Orkneys, the Faroe Islands, Iceland, all of them base their flag off the Christian cross, just like the English do. Yet in that country, if you express your Christianity on a social media site, you can be prosecuted for a criminal act. Can you imagine such utter nonsense? The Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor has made its position crystal clear on X, stating, in a democracy, no one should face trial for peacefully sharing their beliefs. The case against Finnish Member of Parliament Päivi Räsänen, which accuses her of hate speech for simply posting a Bible verse, is baseless, as two courts have unanimously found. Now, Räsänen, a medical doctor and longtime parliamentarian who served as Finland's interior minister, was first charged with this crime in 2021 under the section of the Finnish criminal code that addresses war crimes and crimes against humanity. Can you imagine being a Christian in a Christian country and citing a Bible verse from Matthew on Twitter and being accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity? You want to talk about getting the plot wrong. Prosecutors have accused her of agitation against a minority group. What minority group? Atheists? Muslims? Based on a 2019 tweet quoting scripture, comments during a live radio program, and a 2004 church pamphlet, Bishop Juana Pohjola has also been charged with publishing that pamphlet. Now, despite being acquitted unanimously by two lower courts, both defendants are back in court again due to continuing appeal from the Finnish prosecutors. For her part, the member of parliament, Räsänen, has praised the broader implications of U.S. involvement, saying she says, I applaud the U.S. administration for speaking out in defense of freedom of expression worldwide and for engaging in robust diplomacy to that end. Folks, this is insane, absolutely insane. The upcoming Supreme Court hearing has become a focal point in the international discussion about freedom of conscience and expression. Finnish authorities continue to argue that certain religious speech can be criminally prosecuted as a war crime, a crime against humanity. Outside pressure is growing on Finland to drop the nonsense. Can you believe this? A European citizen, a Christian in a country with a Christian flag, prosecuted for war crimes and crimes against humanity for posting a verse from Matthew. This doesn't get enough attention, folks, and this is how they get away with it. Now, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, a Jew, an atheist, a Wiccan, it really doesn't matter. Freedom of conscience, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech are hallmarks of natural rights. And this is disgusting. And if you thought Finland was a cute, cuddly teddy bear, look again. Its prosecutors are godless, heathen hordes who will punish a person for freedom of speech because they hate Christians, abusing the power of the state, driving people towards bankruptcy, paying for attorneys for year after year after year of malicious state prosecution of Christians. Christians under assault from their own governments in the United States, in the United Kingdom, in Germany, in Finland. Christians have been eliminated from Syria, from Iraq, from Tunisia. They're gone. They've been pushed out or killed off. And now in Europe, they're being persecuted by the very atheist, heathen governments that people have elected. You need to start looking around, folks. Who are you electing? Not the right people.